Hi, it's me, Ingrid. Trevor finds thestrals. Yeah, I wanted to write a post about um my life, basically my practicals, which I had in 3 weeks. And now I have theory again at medical school. So I just felt like I should tell this instead of writing it, because it just if I started writing it, it would like take 3 pages, and it's not good for a Tumblr post. Um, yeah, so I was in a really bad place when I started, so I was like couldn't go out. Felt really bad. I was really nervous for this, so you could say that it was less bad than I'd expected. But at the same time, there were things that were worse that like I hadn't even thought of. So I don't feel this is my thing. And I've always felt this. And I don't know. Mm, you're almost not allowed to say this when you're with other medical students, because it's like, why are you here, Ingrid, if you don't want to be a doctor? And it's like, well, there are many reasons I'm here, and I don't see myself being anywhere else. So that's it. Yeah, so I had my first week at um, the emergency room, which wasn't the best place to have my first week at, but um, yeah, it was tough. The first 3 days were the toughest. I came in and everything is such chaos. Well, it's like very organized at the same time, and I don't know the organization. And I've like never spoken to doctors in that way, and nurses before. So I was like, hello, this is me. Um, I walked around and I had to like meet patients, ask questions, do different find different things like the heart. And the thing is, I didn't know what to look for, so I was a bit confused. And then I was supposed to like decide what to do with them, and I didn't know. So I just and I was glad I had a good doctor who like explained things to me and let me think on my own. Mm, I mean, writing journals was really tough. I don't know, it was mostly dictating when you're using the microphone like a doctor, and you say, hello, this is Ingrid Melgren dictating. Um, the patient comes in for fever, um, has this, has, blood pressure is this, blah, 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 blah. I think that this is this, the diagnosis is this is what we should do. Um, and I'm putting in this medicine. And so I was supposed to do that, and I like freaked out. Then, but by the end of the week, it was okay. Um, I had this nurse student who, she was really good. She would like be there and puts the needles in and stuff, um, which I don't know how to do. I know how to take arterial blood, but not venous blood, which is supposed to be easier, which really confuses me, because like arterial blood is something that only doctors get to do. And like I've managed to do this 2 times now. Well, like, and I've only 2 out of 3 times. So I don't really see why it's considered hard. But I guess that things can go wrong really fast if you do it wrong. But like Venus, I think there's like so many things to remember. Like you have to put the thing around the arm, and you have to like do different things with different hands. And I'm like, what if it falls with? Yeah. So I'm so glad that the nurses do it because I'm so useless. Yeah, I have and so it's good that we were a team with the nurses. And I got to like try different things, but at the same time, I would always get like tons of things wrong. And then like I was supposed to tell a patient that he had like a risk for heart attacks, and I started talking about what we were going to do. Like we were going to give him medicine and stuff, and that he'd go to his family doctor, and then blah blah blah. And I talked for like a few minutes, and then everyone was like staring at me, and I was like, "What?" And they said, "You didn't tell him what his diagnosis was." And I was like, "Ah, shit." The patient was so nice, and I was like, "Oh, it's okay, you're just learning." But I was like, "Oh, like, I'm so bad." So, yeah, well, there's so many instances like that I made such dumb mistakes. And, like, uh, I'm not very natural with talking to people, which I've noticed a lot of students are. And I sadly don't have that, so I have to work 3 times as hard just to get a sentence out. Um, yeah, then, but so by Wednesday, like my doctor took me in to the side and said, "I'm kind of worried, like you don't seem to be really getting into this. You seem to like totally lost and not want to be here." And I was like, yeah, please let me go. I really don't like those kind of conversations because it's like, we need to talk. And I'm not pleased. I really don't like that. I was so scared. I was terrified. And but then Thursday, my doctor wasn't there, and I followed lots of different doctors and just like jumped with whoever had something. I got to see people coming in with the emergency, like from the ambulance, which was kind of cool. I didn't get to do anything, but like I got to see action, and that was kind of cool. Um, but yeah, so Thursday I kind of like got into it. Like I wouldn't, the doctor wouldn't have to ask me to like um, do the dictation. I would just do it. And so by Friday, my doctor came back and he was like, "This is an amazing transformation. You can do these things." And yeah, I mean, obviously, I was still making tons of mistakes, but I felt like I knew the place, and it didn't matter if I messed up because there was a doctor who would like go and rectify the stuff after. So that kind of gave me some confidence. So in the end, yeah, so I got my week. Then I was like so tired. But I went to a party on Friday because like just to really saw this. And then I went to Halsey next week on Tuesday. It was my reward for my first week outside, like at the emergency room. So I earned it. I really deserved it. Yeah, the next week was at the cardiologist, and there was like I was also out of place because I didn't know anything about pacemakers. But um, and my doctor was Danish, and I don't understand Danes when they speak, so um, it's very complicated. But I got to push the defibrillator button, which was kind of cool. Um, and I got to I actually saw a heart arrest like right in front of my eyes. Um, because they were doing a surgery, and in the middle of the surgery, they gave a little bit too much sedating, and basically then suddenly he like went into asystolia where like the heart rate is like, and then like everybody starts rushing with the defibrillator, blah blah blah, and they start doing compressions, and then they have a special machine that does compressions for them. So then they were like, okay, we're just waiting. Um, and they were waiting for like this machine, this like really sophisticated, because I'm like in the most sophisticated hospital in the entire country. So they have they have like this thing that like couples the blood out of the body and then gives it oxygen and warms it up and then it comes back in. So like basically they stopped CPR and and okay, I guess the patient died. Um, I don't know. I guess the patient died. Um, First time I've seen that person die, I guess. Um, it's just like he was kind of like in between dead and living. Like I don't think he'd ever manage to wake up. Um, so he was on this like blood thing machine, but I don't think that he'll ever. Yeah, that was sad, but it was exciting, I guess. Because I got to see like the surgeries. I didn't get to stand in the room, but I stood like behind a glass wall. So that was cool. Mm. Then I also got to write in a journal, and I would always. And he said to me that I should like be less scared of getting it right because the more I get wrong, the more I learn. So I tried to get it, but he said that I was learning really fast, and that was good, and that I actually like listened. So yeah, that was also positive, I guess. I was getting like really tired by the end of the week because I was like, oh gosh, I always had to wake up, get there, I had on time, and I had like then you came back home and you didn't feel like studying. So yeah, it was like really a marathon. On Tuesday I'd had no, it was Wednesday. Wednesday I had Halsey concert, which was really cool. I really love Halsey. Um, Tons of hipsters, lots of lesbian girls with like colored hair. Um, I felt kind of out of place for having blonde hair. Um, and then everyone, but like I felt like I was with tons of 16-year-olds, so I don't know. I'll talk about that later, I guess. Because like now I've already gone like 40 minutes here. My third week was at the no. Then I had my Sunday. Because the week after the emergency room, you have your Sunday. So I worked on a Sunday too. So then I was like really tired because I had to come Sunday, and then I had to start next week. And and it was at the clinic. How do you say this? It's like between a private doctor and a small clinic. It's just a few doctors, a few nurses. Um, it's a family doctor, but it's just that it's a bigger complex. So I also got to see a lot of babies, which was really cool. But actually, like, I, I didn't like check the stuff on my list of stuff what I should have been doing during that week. I found out later was I was supposed to take in my own patients and then go and report it to the doctor. But it's like there was only one doctor in my place at the moment. There was another one, but he was like doing other things, and like if it would be so ineffective because I would have to take the patient and then I would have to the doctor would have to go and see the patient anyway, and this doctor doesn't have tons of time, so it's not like I could take the patient. So I mean, logistically it didn't make sense, but that was what I was supposed to be doing, and so everybody else seemed to have done that, and they were like, oh, so proud of themselves because they'd managed to take patients all by themselves. I did take one patient by myself, which was weird because she was 20 like me, so that was a bit scary. But basically, I just sat next to her and listened to her do stuff, and I would also check in the mouth and check, make the noob ah, and check in the ears and do all that stuff. Non-kids though, unless the doctor said it was okay because, like, obviously they're screaming and everything. But I got to see tons of kids, which I really had lacked before because I'd always had like old ladies. For some reason, we had a lot of people with depression, so I couldn't take those patients. Obviously, they were followed up by this doctor. But I know how to take blood pressure. I'm very good at that now. Yeah, and I'm good at I can listen to the lungs and the heart and but so the best part was when we went to the baby clinic and we got to see 4-week-old month babies, and we would check the length and the weight. I realized that being a mom is really hard and I don't really want to do that. So it's it's weird when I see like people my age who are mothers that it's just like I can't take care of myself, so how can I take care of a kid? But there we are. Anyway, yeah, and I really feel like out of place because I'm not a mom. I've always been the bigger sister in some way, but I've never had to take care of my brother in that way. So it was like I kind of feel like I can't take care, like wiping butts and doing all that stuff. But I could I checked the reflexes in the eyes, and I checked if they were fixating right, and I checked the pulses, and yeah, it was really cute, and it was nice to see people who aren't so sick. And yeah, so it was really nice. I tons of kids, and I really like that. Yeah, and then I also got to take in tons of patients with like hurt throat, sore throats, and like cough and stuff. And we would take one patient every 10 minutes. So that went quickly. Um, and then yeah, so that was it. That was my 3 weeks. But I was so tired, so exhausted. I did tons of things wrong. I dictated a few things, but like it would often turn out wrong. And I was scared of like getting myself in, taking initiative, actually doing stuff. I just feel like I'm in my own bubble, and I have hard time like getting out and um, take charge, you know? So yeah, that was my experience. I'm kind of tired about all this, and I'm kind of wondering what I'm doing here, because it was fun, it was exciting, but doing this for a lifetime, I feel like I'm kind of dying. So there we are. I mean, the best I can do right now is just to continue with the theory, take it easy, and then recharge for next time, which is after Easter, 3 weeks. So there we are. Bye.